Okay, so what we have here is the new Xiaomi Smart RC car, and this is controlled via Bluetooth, and this is the cheapest that you can buy now in the market. And for the quality over price, this is a very good buy. Now, the mags that I have here has already been upgraded by my friend Richie Lo. Okay, and some of the parts are rubber, which is a good thing. That, let's say, if you're doing a trail and you roll it, it will not break. Okay, this is a four-wheel drive RC car, and the quality is very nice. Okay, so let's have a closer look at the Xiaomi Smart Car. And this is the dimension of the car. This is actually a 1:16 scale. It is a little bit big for my taste. I love small cars, but 1:16 is still big for my taste. Okay, and this is the height. Okay, it's roughly around 4.5 inches tall, and the length is roughly around 9 inches. Okay, now all we have to do to control this is press the small button down at the bottom and make sure that your Bluetooth is on, and then download the application from Google Play if you're using Android. Okay, and let's open up the application. I'll leave a link in the description box where I have it downloaded. Okay, as you can see, the UI is very nice. Just press the connect button there at the middle, and it will scan for any Bluetooth device, and it will show up this Jimny 2019, I believe so. Okay, click on it and then press OK. There you go. Now it's connected. Now it's binded. And the best part about this RC car, it is proportional controlled. As you can see how I turn the steering. Now this is the problem why he sent this to me, because he has a problem with the throttle. Okay, as you can see, it is moving backwards, but it can't go forward. First thing I was thinking of doing is reversing the motor or the polarity so that he will have a forward, but unfortunately he will not have a backward option. So if you try to push the forward button when it's off or when it's not moving, in this case, this is the problem. It will automatically shut down. It means it is overloading the system. So, and all I have to do now is let me just try to connect again. So my assumption here now is the brush inside the electric motor has already been used up. Okay, so this usually shorts the connection from the motor going to the electronic speed controller or the circuit board that controls the motor. Now, the best part about this controller is there's two options. You can control it via tilt motion by you tilting your mobile phone. You can control the steering, and now you can control or just press the slide the button up if you want to go forward. Like I mentioned, this is a problem. The motor is the problem, so I cannot move forward nor backward. Okay, so now the slider, or so the rock slider on the side and the front, the skid plates, is also an upgrade. Okay, so that's it. Now let's try and open up this puppy. Okay, so let me just have my screw set here. Okay, so first we need to remove this back cover. Now let's twist and then press and then just shake it a little bit, or jiggle it a little bit. It will fall down now, because inside the spare tire there is an Allen wrench, or there's an Allen key. Now, the problem with this, the challenge with this RC car is that all the screws is of different sizes. So you need to have a screw set because each and every screws for each and every part of the car is of different size. So I'll just need to fast forward this. Okay, now this is the body or the shell. It is made of hard plastic, and it's heavy. And there's also an option where you can put an LED or LED at the front. But the body is a bit um, heavy, in my opinion. Now this is the chassis, and the quality of this is very nice. Just imagine, for 2,000 pesos, it's a Bluetooth controlled car, and it's only 2,000 pesos. And this is really nice. This is the battery. It's a very small battery. I'm not quite sure why it's open, so let me just poke around a little bit more. Okay, so let me just fast forward with this part again. Okay, so now I'm going to remove or desolder the original motor that comes with the kit of the car. Okay, this is for me to be checked to check if the electronic board is not damaged, or it's not the electronic board that's the problem. And I'm going to try, and right now I'm checking the drone motor that I have there is the same size as the motor as what Xiaomi is doing. Now unfortunately I have no means and ways of checking the amp being drawn by the original motor, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try it first. Although I know that the drone motor that I have here is only being powered by a 3.5 volts, so I'm guessing this is of the same power being drawn by the original motor. Now let me just try and connect this one to leads to the motor. Now this is the drone motor. Okay, so one moment. Okay, being very careful just to make sure that I will not melt any unnecessary plastic parts, because the quality is so good. And the owner of this one takes good care of this toy very well. Okay, so let me just try and connect my mobile phone to the RC car again. Give me a few seconds here. Okay, so let me just try the steering first just to make sure it is already binded. And it is working. Okay. Now that's the problem. Now I believe that the drone motor is it's much powerful than the stock one that came from the motor. I mean, that came from the kit. So it shuts down the system. Okay, so let me just try again. But the good thing here is that I can guarantee now that the electronic speed controller, the forward and the reverse is working properly. Okay. So let me just try and put some oil here just to make sure that the shafting is rotating properly and freely. Okay, so let me just add more oil. Unfortunately, I was not able to remove the pinion, the metal pinion, because I was trying to replace the whole motor here. Okay, so it's shut down again. So, but it's working reverse, it's working forward control. So I see there's no problem with the electronic speed controller. It can be now that the motor is far too powerful, or it draws too much amp from the electronic speed controller. That's why it is shutting down the system. Okay, now on this part I'm going to put a masking tape in the on the pinion ring. This is for me to see if the motor is spinning properly. Okay, now as you notice, again it stopped. So I'm guessing there must be a problem with the shafting, or it can be that the masking tape is pressing against the motor can. Okay, so let me just, once it's already binded, it's working. As you can see, the steering works, and the forward stopped working. So it is putting a lot of amps on the electronic speed core, the board, so that's why it shut down. So that's a good thing for Xiaomi to do, because what we have right here is a crawler design truck, so it is putting a lot of amps, or the motor is putting a lot of amps on the electronic speed controller. If it draws a lot of amps, it may burn the electronic speed controller if there is no safety features what Xiaomi have here. Now let me just try and remove this drone motor. Now I'm going to try and remove the cover, or the back side of the motor, the original one. I have here my handy micro drill, or micro drill, or sander I should say. So let me just remove the tabs that holding the back cover. Okay. So I am sanding this or grinding this very carefully, just to make sure that I am grinding enough tab, and not the whole metal can, or the whole cover, or the body of the motor. Okay. Okay, so it's quite difficult to get a nice shot of this view, because right now I need to see what I'm doing, just to be very careful in removing the tabs that is holding the back cover of the motor. Okay, so I am grinding slowly but surely. The reason why I'm removing this, I need to make sure that my assumption is correct, that the brush inside this motor is already busted, or it's already used up. So I'm marking this one on the side can of the can, and the cover. This is to make sure that when I put back, just in case if I put back the metal cover, or the motor cover, as I am putting it in the correct way. Okay, so let me just try and carefully pry this motor cover out. Okay, I believe I still need some more grindings on the tab. But let me just try one more. Okay. Yep, I believe so. I need some more grinding. I need to grind some more of the tabs. Okay, so hopefully it will come out now. Yep. And there you go. Okay, now let's have a close inspection of this motor. Okay, now here's the close-up view, and as you can see, the brush is already used up. It's very thin, made of very thin metal, so I'm going to replace this one with a carbon brush. Because as you can see, this brush has already been damaged. Okay, now this is the comparison between the two end belt coming from a same size motor. This is from 180 size drone motor with a carbon brush, and this is the 180 size Xiaomi RC stock motor. Now, as you can see here, this is the thin metal carbon, or this is a thin metal brush that was used by Xiaomi compared to the carbon brush that came from the high revving, high torque drone motor that I have here. Although it uses the same voltage, it's a 3.7 volts max from the battery that was included in the drone, and also the battery that came from, or that is also included in the Xiaomi. Now, the reason why the drone motor has a carbon brush, because the magnet wire that it is using is much thicker than the magnet wire that's being used on the armature of the electric motor, the 180 size motor used in the Xiaomi. Now, why is this? I have no idea why Xiaomi opted to use a very thin, although I have not checked on how many wounds um, the electric wire or the magnet wire on the stock Xiaomi motor, but normally correct me if I'm wrong, the number of wounds of the electric wire or the magnet wire around the armature, it spins much lower but has a higher torque, and it also draws a little amp. Now, in this case, since they designed a motor or an RC car that's supposed to trail off-road, they should have opted to use a higher torque motor, 180 size torque motor, but with a carbon brush. Now I'm going to replace this one with the one on the right, the 180 motor, which will significantly last longer than the stock one, because the carbon brush on this 180 drone motor can accept a lot of amps being drawn by the motor. Okay, so if we're going to replace it with this one, I'm guessing this will last way much longer than the stock one. Okay.
Okay, so I was able to fix the issue that was comes with the Jimny that was handed over to me by my friend Richie Lo. Pero ito okay na. Sabi ko sa'yo, motor lang yung problema nito eh. Okay, now the issue was when I received it from Richie Lo, he mentioned that usually when he tried to push the forward button on the mobile phone, it does not go, but when you try to do reverse, it goes on reverse, so there's no problem with the reverse. So I was thinking maybe it was the electronic speed control that's already busted, but there's also an assumption that it can be the motor. So when I tried to open it, yep, it is the motor. So when I open up the stock motor, I saw that the brush that connects to the commutator of the electric motor, it is already busted. So good thing I have a spare 180 size electric motor. This came from an old huge drone that I had before. Not this one. This one came from my sister. Okay, I still have it with me and still working. Okay, this is an old one. This is it's a big drone. So it comes with a 180 motor. So when I tried to test this motor with the electronic speed controller that came in, or the electronic board that came with the Jimny, the Xiaomi Jimny, it works, but at one point it will stop. It can be that this motor draw more amp than the stock motor. So what I just did, I just removed the carbon brush of this motor, because this is a carbon brush. Carbon brush usually lasts longer than the standard thin metal one that came with the stock 180 motor, came from with the Jimny. Okay, and right now it is working very smoothly, and I had it configured in steering mode, tilt steering mode. So when I tilt my mobile phone, the steering also tilts along with how I tilt my device. Now for the forward motion, so I put a masking tape, a strip of masking tape here, so that you can see that everything's working now. So it's moving forward. Now the only one of the issue that I see now is that because of the upgraded tires and mags, when you do a full turn, the tire will grab the wheel well. Okay, so it also creates a tension, or it also creates a problem with the motor. Okay, so it grab this one, the motor of the tire will try to, or the wheel well will try to stop the tires from spinning, so it create more tension or problem with the motor. But with the full speed option, sorry, everything's working. Okay, so but let's say just in case if let's say if the Bluetooth device or the Bluetooth electronic board is fried already, or let's say if you plan to do an upgrade, I would highly suggest for you to, instead of replacing it with a Bluetooth one or with the stock electronic speed controller, I would highly suggest to simply replace it with a better controller, in my point of view. Yeah, the Bluetooth application that comes with this device is very nice. The UI is very good. It's conveniently designed, but I find it very difficult to control the toy or the car, because let's say you need to push forward. Maybe those who are using the stick type radio controller before, let's say for airplane or helicopter, they would be it's comfortable for them to use. But on my end, I am used to trigger and steering option or control. Now if you plan, let's say on my suggestion, if you plan to, let's say, do an upgrade or do changes in your computer, on your car, it is on my opinion, is best to just buy one of these. This is very cheap. This is roughly around 1,000 pesos. It comes with this is a 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. It comes with a receiver, a micro receiver, and also you need to purchase this. This is one of the cheapest electronic speed controller that you can buy in the market, so that you can use a high torque, high speed, high amp drawing 180 motors like this one, so that you will notice a faster and powerful response to your car, and also it is easier for you to find a replacement. This is just, these controllers are very cheap, and also the precision when it comes to steering, and also the precision on the when it comes to throttle control, it is way much better than the one that is that comes with this device. But hey, this is only 1,999 in Shopee, so what more can you ask for? But the quality, although this is plastic, this is hard plastic, this is it looks like metal, but this is very hard plastic, but the quality is good. The design is licensed by Suzuki. They were authorized to use the design by the Jimny. So Xiaomi was authorized by Jimny to use the Jimny design of Suzuki. And there are lots of upgrade options that you can find in the market. But for me, if let's say if I get someone gave me one of this, I will first remove all the electronics that comes with it, replace it with a hobby grade controls, okay, for better and much more precise control. But for, let's say, if you're just going to give this to your nephew or your daughter or your son to play with, this is fun to play with. By the way, I forgot to mention that most of the parts, this is hard plastic, and the rear view mirror is rubberized. So let's say if you roll it, there's no way that you will be able to damage this one. Okay, so there you go, there you have it. It's now working. Richie, I already fixed it for you, no problem. The dash cam, I'm not quite sure if we will be able to fix one here. Hopefully soon, why not? And so there you have it. So guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and also please don't forget to share and like this video. Okay, so see you all in my next video.